Ok, tamo de volta, chegando. Bem-vindos a mais uma live aqui no canal. Terça-feira não, mentira, hoje é quarta-feira. E hoje é dia de continuarmos nossas aventuras aqui no Final Fantasy XVI, né? Hoje a gente vai começar Echoes of the Fallen, a missão da DLC. Na última live de Final Fantasy a gente fez The Rising Tide, a maré ascendente. Conhecemos a tribo que adora o Dominante da Água, Leviathan. Um lugar muito legal, bonito pra caramba. É uma DLC com um cenário, uma paisagem lindíssima. As batalhas também foram super legais, super interessantes, difícil pra caramba. Morri acho que 2, 3 vezes, se não me engano. E a batalha com o Leviathan é espetacular, um negócio grandioso, né? Como todas as batalhas de Eikons são, né? Então hoje a gente vai continuar aqui, ó. Vamos continuar para Echoes of the Fallen, descobrir o que rola, o que é o bichão que a gente viu logo no início, quando a DLC liberou pra gente, né? Mas antes da gente partir para lá, a gente vai fazer as últimas missões aqui, as subquests, as sidequests aqui da Maré Ascendente, pra gente poder liberar esse mapa e partir pro outro sem nada pendente, né? Então aqui, deixa eu trocar aqui meu negocinho rapidinho. Não quero teclado, quero gamepad. Aí, eu quero ele, o brabo. Deixa eu colocar minha câmera aqui de volta, né? Aí. Normalmente eu tiro a câmera por causa de Cyberpunk 2077. Então, já sabe, né? Por isso. Deixa eu ver o negócio aqui rapidinho. Ok, beleza. Bora. Vamos aqui. O que a gente tem que fazer aqui? Temos, ó, 3 sidequests. 4, perdão.
My friend, I have news. I think I might have found a way to break Talor's curse.
Go on.
Well, after listening to the village elders and scouring every likely-looking tome in the library, I learned that not all Tombries are the same little green menaces we know and loathe. Apparently, a chosen few live to incredible ages and grow to many times the size of their counterparts. The folktales hold that it's the very eldest of these, the Tombury kings, who weave the curses, and that their magics bind their victims to them, that they might continue to feed on their pain.
So if we slay the one that cast the curse, the feeding will cease.
But that was my thinking, yes. Though I doubt it'll be easy. These kings are not just bigger, they're stronger too. And if the tales are true, their followers will defend them to the death. It is a perilous proposition, in short. But it may also be Talor's only hope. What say you?
Bora lá.
I'll do it.
Partiu.
Even if killing this king doesn't break the curse, Mysidia will be a safer place for its removal.
Thank you.
So then, where will I find it?
That, alas, I do not know. It must have woven the curse at the altar in Father's Fell, but as to where it is now...
Fanet! You were the one asking about Tonburies, right? Because there's a whole bloody army of them out on the cloak!
What?
Pronto, achamos.
But why would they stray so far? And why now?
There's only one way to find out. I'll head up the mountain and see what's going on.
Right. Thank you. And please, be careful.
Priorizar essa missão aqui. Deixa eu fazer só um negócio rapidinho aqui antes da gente partir pra missão. Pera aí. Eu vou fazer o seguinte. Yes. Aí aqui eu faço a mesma coisa. Beleza, tamo pronto. Vambora. Ah, eles estão ali na porta. Vambora. Capotar eles de porrada. Berries. Sombria é muito maneiro no Final Fantasy VIII. Você botava um pra... Você summonava um na batalha, ele vinha devagarzinho, dava uma facada no inimigo, arrancava 9.999 do camarada. Olha aí. Caralho, o bicho ficou rodopiando alto, mano. Sinistro. Pera aí. Vamos lá.
That should buy Haven some time at least.
Oh. What did I do?
Fine. We've taken care of the immediate threat.
Thank the tides. I was worried I was going to lose you both. Talor, he took a sudden turn for the worse just after you left.
What? Is he?
No, he's hanging on.
Oh.
I fear the Tombury King may have begun the cursing ritual again. In earnest this time. And I can't imagine their being here as a coincidence. I think it might be happening on this very mountain.
If it is, it won't be for long. Get back to Talor. I'm going up.
My thanks. I shall pray for both of you.
Let's go. Yeah.
Ah, tá lotado de
More of
Sombria.
them.
Peraí.
Come on then. I crave an audience with your king. All yours, Torgal.
Tem mais? Tem.
This one. Another group. They don't look very regal.
Cadê o danado do rei? Estamos na área certa. Nossa, essa área inteira. Olha lá. Eu realmente gosto muito do Clive quando ele dá essas finalizações assim, a queima-roupa nos inimigos. Maravilhoso. Posso atropelar?
Still no sign of the king. Could Fanat have been wrong?
Cara, tá só aumentando o grupo.
There's dozens of them. The king must be close. We'll have to take care of his followers first. Now that's a lot of Tombres.
$6.000. Pronto. Finalmente.
Looks like that's the last of them. Out here, anyway. But beastmen do like dark places.
Clive não tá confortável em ir lá não, viu? Pronto, agora pode, ó, dominado. Pronto.
Well, I'll be damned.
Tamanho do campeão. Reizinho, lagartixa gigante. Caralho, tamanho da pata do bicho. Vambora.
It even has a crown. Sorry, Your Majesty, but your reign ends here.
Nossa! Isso não foi legal não, hein? Quebra, quebra. Isso. tiro. Quebra, quebra, quebra. Boa. Boa. Ah, espadinha entalhado.
It's done. Which means the cut should be broken. Let's see.
Vamos ver como é que o velho tá.
Clive! Is it done then?
It is. I was going to ask if there had been any change in Talor's condition, but judging by that smile on your face, I think I already know the answer.
You do? Talor! He's back!
Thank you, my lord. I can never repay you for everything you've done for me. I owe you my life.
I'm just glad the curse is lifted. There is one thing I'd like to know, though. If you don't mind my asking. What made you seek the Tombury's help in the first place?
Oh, that, well, you deserve to know. It was years ago now, back in my trading days. The Sons of Greek arrested me in Oriflamme, chained me up in a lightless cell with a great sword hung over my head, ready to fall if I didn't confess. Though they never said to what. I didn't, of course. So eventually they just let me go. And I never told a soul. Tried to forget it ever happened. But then you came along and the sight of your sword brought it all flooding back. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't hardly breathe, and I thought that if I gave my old chain to the Tomburys, maybe they could take all that pain away. All that anger. But it only made it worse.
Oriflamme has fallen. And the men who tortured you likely fell with it.
If only I'd known, I might have spared everyone a lot of trouble. I'd convinced myself that you were like them. That all outsiders were the same, but you're not. Far from it. Thank you, son.
Clive é brother, porra.
Thank you.
Esse cumprimento é muito maneiro.
Clive, there's something I need to tell you. After we parted ways on the path to the cloak, I went straight back to Tlor and explained to him what you were doing on his behalf. And just like that, his pain began to fade.
What do you mean? Just like that? The Tombury King would have still been alive. I had to contend with dozens of his minions before I found him.
Then, perhaps one of them warned him of your coming and he broke off his ritual. Or, perhaps knowing that an outsider was fighting for him was what lifted the weight from Tlor's heart. I know, from experience, that many illnesses are not wholly physical, but of the spirit, at least in part.
Was there ever really a curse then? Or was Tlor simply suffering from the pain of his memories? And the guilt of what he'd done? For all the difference it makes. I suppose we'll never know.
Maybe not. But this much I do know. It was your strength and your selflessness that healed his heart in the end.
I'll be sure to tell my healer friend when I get home.
Reino da Dor. Oricalco. Gosto disso. Verificar o que mais precisa pro item, né?
Yes?
Cadê? Esse aqui não, né? Cinto de ilúdio. Falta 2 ilúdios. Simples assim. Aqui falta ilúdio também. Lembrando a cosa.
It is good to have him back.
Vai que tem ilúdio aqui, né?
When you've decided what you want, just let me know.
Bobina da orquestra mecânica, eu vou comprar.
May it serve you well. I'll be here.
Hey, mister! Over here! Please, mister, you've got to help us. The village is in danger, and if someone doesn't do something... you should have seen it!
Stop. Take a deep breath and tell me everything. Starting with your name.
Sorry, my name's Eirik. When you went up to the Erevalvers with Miss Shula, I followed you.
You could have been killed.
Lady Shula told us you lot were great warriors, so I thought I'd be alright if I stayed close like. But then I lost track of you in the woods, and that's when I saw it.
Saw what?
A great, big, dripping, drooling monster. Spitting out great spouts of water it was, that were tearing up the ground and cutting down trees.
Spouts of water? I don't recall seeing anything like that in the forest.
Well, I did, and I don't ever want to see it again. You'll get rid of it, won't you?
Bora. Vamos
All
lá.
right. If this creature is as terrible as you claim, it could well pose a threat to the village. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, mister. It was over by the Swift one that I saw it. Maybe it's still there.
Then that's where I'll start my search. But this time, you're going to stay here. Understood?
I wouldn't go through those gates for 1,000 gil. Not with that thing out there. Good luck, though.
Is that the hunter?
It's you. Nasev's savior.
Are you all right? What happened?
I was tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back. Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
Did you see what made it?
No. All I heard was a noise. An ear-splitting din.
Ah, da Mantuga?
Might this be the culprit? Leave him to us. You've
Arqueiro.
caused enough trouble. Nice try. Nice try. Nice try. You're finished.
Machadada na cabeça.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Hardly a threat to the village, but you can't blame the boy for being scared.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away. And the blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
Oh. A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
That's it. That's the noise I heard. Sounded like it came from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
Oh.
This is the mineral Pavar was talking about. The one that rings out like a bell. What do we have here? Found her. Something's been busy. Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood. But it's not having ours. Stay close, Torgal. Where are you?
Talos.
Another fragment of Wallius's rage. Shift known. Time to put you to bed too. Get him!
Por onde? Tomei um pouco. mil de experiência. Membrana aquosa. Itens.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them. Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
How many times do we have to tell you? You're not to go out into the woods alone.
You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes. I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Wallius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Eikons summoned these creatures for his protection. Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The Falls.
The Falls?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top. We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but Wallius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Wallius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
I heard the tributary fell an ibex from 100 paces.
And then I dreamed I saw this.
My lord, might I have a moment of your time? I would beg of you a service.
Certainly. What is it?
It's a long story. But before we get to that, would I be right in thinking Lady Shula told you about the witch from the north?
Yes. She said that your ancestors found her here, and that it was she who taught them the spell to stop time. She was like Wallius, you know. A dominant. The Warden of Ice.
My great-grandmother suspected as much. She cared for the poor woman when the end was near. And it was she whose duty it became to attend her grave. A duty that was passed down to me.
I see. And the service you would beg of me?
Well, until recently, the path to the grave had long been blocked by a fallen tree. But when our woodsmen finally found time to move it, we quickly realized it might have been better had they not. On trying to clear the rest of the path, you see, we discovered that a flock of bloodthirsty beasts had claimed the cliffs beyond. None of us was a match for them. But you, my lord, have proven your strength many times over. Would you drive them away for us?
Meu irmão, Clive virou
Of course.
controle de pragas.
I'll see the path is made safe.
Thank you, my lord. The grave is in a place called Witchdrop. To reach it, one must turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, deep into the forest.
Why so far from Haven?
It was where she lived. When our ancestors first came to Mysidia, they found her there, in an old abandoned village, and it was her heartfelt wish to return there in death. So when she passed away, my great-grandmother had a stone erected for her on the cliffs overlooking the place she once called home.
How thoughtful. Well then, no time like the present. Left at the ships, then round to the right, you said.
Just so. Thank you once again, my lord. I will join you at the grave anon.
This should be the path to Witchdrop. Hungry, Toggle. Here's our welcoming party. Kill! You're finished! Get him! Nice try.
Certinho. Certinho. Conta do chá.
Looks like that's the last of them. Now, where's the grave? This must be it.
My lord, thank you for making the path safe again.
Ise. Was that her name?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial. Yet they spared what they could to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then? In the ruins?
That's right. They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm. Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except Ise, who remained till the end. Alone.
Indeed. At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself. Some years after Ise's passing, you see, my grandmother came here to tend the grave, and found a stranger kneeling before it. A knight, dressed head to toe in plate. She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?" So she told him of how her people had met and cared for Ise, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
You said he was wearing plate. Was it black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, we were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva, the witch.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? Ise's knight?
I don't know. Maybe. All I can say for sure is it was intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit? What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare? Perhaps his spirit too became enraveled in her spell, frozen in an eternal vigil.
Till we ended it.
If the shade you fought was Ise's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more.
Verdade.
And if his spirit should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
That they might be together. Once and for all.
De prata.
Reckon my steel's just as good as any. Can't be done.
Ilúdio. Inventário.
It is good to have him back.
You wouldn't happen to have some time on your hands, would you, Clive? Only I was wondering if you might help me with something else.
Don't tell me. Another unruly dominant.
Not quite, but a dangerous foe nonetheless. It promises to be quite a hunt. Care to join me?
All right. Tell me about our quarry.
A fiendish, cold-blooded beast known as a guivre. Normally, we leave such animals well alone, and for good reason. But I have an even better reason to want its tongue.
Its tongue.
If you'll permit me, tributary, I can explain.
Certainly, Yamila.
It's been over a week since me sister gave birth to her first child, yet she still isn't back on her feet. We've tried everything to restore her spirits. Physics and nostrums, the laying on of hands and of leeches, but all to no avail. The healers tell me there's only one hope left. A broth as potent as its ingredients are perilous to procure.
It isn't only Yamila's sister who stands to benefit from this, by the way. There's her baby to think of. And Walias, too. She'd agreed to be his wet nurse, you see.
I'd be glad to help.
Thank you. Our hunters have no shortage of skill, but this task calls for more than that. And it won't be achieved through weight of numbers either. The Guivre is as wary a foe as it is a deadly one. 2 hunters might catch it unawares, but any more than that, and it would pick up our scent a league away.
Then it is decided. The 2 of you will go, while Jill and I occupy ourselves here.
Perhaps we might help prepare the broth.
That would be most kind of you.
Come then, Clive. The river of time flows fast, and so must we. There's a Guivre that has claimed the ruins at the foot of the mountain as its hunting ground. But as I say, they are wary creatures. We'll need suitable bait to draw it out. The flesh of a forest ibex should suffice.
To the forest, then.
There's nothing... These will do nicely.
Caraca, que violência, bicho.
Return to the sea, and to the clouds rise again.
We have our bait then. What next?
Next, we pay a visit to the Dark Gate to pick some local weed. It'll help disguise our scent. There should be a sprig or two of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
Is this it?
Essa é samambaia.
Aye, that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
If you insist. You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long. But it'll stop the Givra from noticing us. Its nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast for worms.
Oh, I feel so much better.
We can wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Givra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh water nearby.
Where should we lay the bait?
Givras are creatures of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
A fresh kill.
But not a Givras. The wounds are too clean, too small.
These look like a predator's tracks. You can clearly make out the claws.
But not just any claws. These belong to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry. Still no sign.
Patience, Clive. Hunting's not something you can rush.
Have you stalked these beasts before?
Once. Givras are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
Says the man who battled an Eikon to save a boy he barely knew. It is the way of the moats of water to use what gifts we've been given for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
It was Sid, the man whose name I bear. He fought for his people and their future with every fiber of his being. I'm just following in his footsteps. In many ways, you remind me of him.
Me? You're confusing daring with desperation. quiet. Something's coming.
Caralho, que bicho feio.
Our guest has finally arrived.
Shall we greet him?
It'd be rude not to. Don't let it escape.
Get him!
Nice try. Nice try.
All yours, Torgal.
This one.
All yours, Torgal. Torgal, kill! Attack!
You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
They're forces of nature, all right. And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed. O roaring torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean. This flesh I claim, that your gifts might rain down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once more. Well then, let's return to the village. We must get this tongue to Ymilla before it spoils.
Tributary, my lord. Did all proceed as planned?
It did. Here. One Geaver tongue, as promised.
Oh, thank you. I shall add it to the broth at once. By your leave, tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
Just as you have, Clive, for my family. I only regret that I have nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
It's more than enough. Besides, I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
For welcoming my friends and I into your midst. For showing us how your people live. For reminding me that the world we strive to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
I'd hardly call it comfort. Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that you remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer. I know that you feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people. But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
I shall bear that in mind.
That's all I ask. Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you.
Perna.
Truly.
Missão concluída. Dando com a língua nos dentes. Caralho, que sugestivo. Reflexo da escuridão. Odin. Pronto, finalizamos aqui tudo de Missídia. Agora o que a gente faz? A gente faz isso aqui. Sai de Missídia. Vamos começar a história aqui em Portisolde. Tá pertinho do Portão da Rosa.
Samuel, slow down! Not bloody likely!
Fuck me. They're fast on their feet.
What's going on here, I wonder?
What indeed? Let's ask.
Você chegou a um momento crucial em Ecos dos Decaídos. Se prosseguir, não poderá voltar. Vambora, filho. Partiu.
Excuse me. Who were those men just now?
Bloody troublemakers, that's who. As soon as I asked them to present their packs for inspection, they turned white as a sheet and legged it. I chased them all away from the gates, but they're swift as hares. Still, at least we kept the bastards out. Don't need their kind stirring up any more strife.
And what manner of strife have they been stirring up, exactly?
Hey? Are you joking? This business with the crystals?
Sorry, we've been away for a while. What's been going on?
All right, I'll humor you. After the paltry rations the Imperials left behind dried up, folks started trading crystals out in the open. We turned a blind eye at first. Lord Byron's orders. Way he saw it, it weren't right to deny people the one thing they were all clamoring for. Till the dust started turning up, that is. Dusk crystals, they're called. Ill-favored shards that crack as soon as you look at them. Not that the folk who bought them by the bucket load knew that. And they were baying for blood when they found out. In the end, his lordship had to step in and ban the blasted things.
And we've been searching the path of every trader who's darkened our gates ever since.
I see. And you think the men you were pursuing might have been trading in these dusk crystals?
Why, you're in the market for some. Anyway, I wouldn't rule it out. In fact, I put a few gil on it.
We might still be able to catch them.
We might.
If you are heading up that way, you'll want to keep your sword handy. There's more than dodgy traders plying the roads these days.
Understood. We'll be careful.
If those men were selling dusk crystals, I think it's unlikely that they will risk returning to Port Isolde.
Which means this might be our only chance of catching them.
Assombração.
Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Someone's brave. Where are they?
Still some distance ahead, I'd wager. They were making a good pace.
Straight home now. There's another one.
Still no sign of those traders, though.
No. I just hope we haven't lost them.
These blimmin' tremors are scaring off all our customers.
The few that weren't scared off by the skies, you mean?
Perhaps one of those merchants has seen something. Forgive me, but did you happen to see 3 men in robes pass this way?
Yeah, I seen them. Poor bastards.
What do you mean?
A gang of nasty-looking brutes was on their trail.
Caught up with them just up the road. Screaming at them they were. Your crystals or your lives and all that. Only the daft buggers kept their crystals and legged it.
In which direction, out of interest?
Up that way.
Towards the Old Hill docks. If it's help they seek there, they won't find any. But perhaps they might find a place to hide.
Let's hope so. And that we can find them before their pursuers do. Thank you. And please. Come on. They're no good to us dead.
Lead the way, brother.
Turn the whole place upside
So the bandits haven't found them either. There's still time.
Lasca fiada.
Hand over those crystals!
You did not come here to brawl with brigands, brother.
You're right. Let's focus on finding the traitors.
Who the fuck are you?
I'll be taking that sword and the rest.
Stay down!
Lad! Lad! Get him! Just stick them! Stick them all! Oi! We got company.
You lot took the wrong turn.
Get him!
Bad luck.
So, Lord Rosfield sent his sellswords, did he?
Ah, aquilo ali é um chifrudo. Pensei que era um bicho novo. Ah, achamos.
Don't think I can go on. Chief, neither. I'll reach. This should be far enough. Chief, they've found us. It's getting so a man can't even catch his fucking breath.
Gentlemen, a word. We understand you've been selling some crystals.
And like I told your thieving mates, you're not fucking getting them. So you can take your massive sword and shove it.
I'm sure I could, but we're not thieves.
Over here. I can smell the one who shat himself. If you've got a plan, Chief. Tell us you've got a plan. Of course I've got a bloody plan. Good things and all that. Let's start again, shall we? You say you're interested in the crystal trade?
Not exactly. In actual fact, we were hoping to talk about this.
Is that all? Well, then I know just how to help. If you're after the short shifter, he's over here!
Are you mad?
Slippery little pricks. Clinkers on the ground, quick as you like.
Gentlemen, you've got it all wrong. Do we look like merchants? He's the one you want. Just look at what he's got in his hand.
What? Him?
Wait, I'm not.
Do let us know if you need any more help.
Vai precisar, que eu vou cortar você de porrada, meu irmão.
They won't get far, Clive.
No. But they'll wish they had.
I'll carve you like a suckling pig and feed you to your fucking dog!
Kind of you to think of him.
Did you see which way they went?
North. Making for 3 reeds at a guess. After them. If they reach the swamps, we'll never pick up their trail. There was something odd about those 3. They... less like merchants and more like...
charlatans? One might argue that a merchant is naught but a mummer without his motley.
Then why am I not amused? What did he find, boy?
Clive, judging by the state of the ground, a lot more passed this way than our 3 charlatans.
Irmão, os caras estão fugindo de todo mundo.
Another group of bandits.
I doubt they'd leave this crystal behind. Regardless, we're on the right track. Let's pick up the pace. They wouldn't risk stopping at Martha's Rest, would they?
Not if they hope to pass unnoticed.
Then we'd better stick to the swamps. Then think again.
Fuck. Persistent bastards, I'll give them that. Friends, I knew those louts were no match for you.
But of course you did. Because you know what we're capable of, don't you? Now, you deal in crystal. Dusk crystal. And we want to know where you got it. So you're going to tell us?
Let's assume for a moment that we are the merchants you're looking for. Why would we tell you where we procure our stock? What kind of shepherd leads a wolf straight to...
Are they getting worse?
Clive, the tower.
Well, that's new.
That's impossible.
Yeah, Chief. Do you think someone else got into the tower?
Quiet, you daft sod!
And what would they find there if they did?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Echoes, maybe? Or fallen rubbish? I really couldn't say. The entrance is sealed tight. No way in.
And how would you know that, if you've never been there?
Look! Behind you! An Akashic monster!
If you think I'm going to fall for another one of your cheap tricks...
Clive, trouble.
What? Oh.
Wait, don't you dare!
I don't think Martha would appreciate that thing on her doorstep.
Probably not. Let them run then. I have an idea where they'll be heading anyway. This shouldn't take too long.
All yours, Torgal!
Well, that was ill-timed.
But at least we know what was chasing the merchants.
That's twice we've saved them now.
I don't see anyone.
I've had enough of bandits and beasts, Chief. Can't we just go home?
And let those thieving pricks march in and take what's ours?
What's ours? Oh, no. You don't mean...
The dusk crystals, aye. Halleck, Marnik, we're going back to that tower if it's the last thing we do.
But the lights, Chief. What about the lights?
First you whine about it being too dark, then you whine about it being too light. Think about how easy it'll be to mine now.
And you're sure they're bound for the tower? When they aren't running away from trouble, they're running towards it.
Eles são burros.
Do you know anything of the place, Joshua?
Alas, not. I have seen it labeled Sage Spire on some maps, but beyond that, the ruins are no different from any other fallen derelict. Another impenetrable relic of the past.
Not so impenetrable, apparently. Our friends plainly found a way in.
They could be living there, like we do in the Invincible.
Well, the tower is unquestionably large enough to hide 3 merchants. But is it large enough to hide what we seek?
A mother crystal.
It would go some way to explain why the area was among the first in Rosaria to fall to the Blight.
Then it's settled. We head to Eastpool and make our approach from the dim.
Que maneiro Eastpool, velho. Vamos pra torre direto. Cadê a torre? Cadê a torre? Me dá um portal na torre, pelo amor de Deus. Pronto, aqui ó, bosque sombrio. Caraca. Cadê a luz?
Goblins? What are they doing in the Deadlands?
Look what they're carrying. I don't recall ever hearing of goblins using fallen relics as weapons.
Well, they certainly aren't welcoming gifts.
Clive, remember where we are.
No magic. Right. They're even uglier up close. Get him! Go! Are you gonna be alright?
I'll manage.
This way.
Bom também, sem magia também funciona. O que é esquisito é, pra caramba.
Let's hope that was the last of them.
Indeed. I'd almost forgotten what it was like to have to rely on steel alone.
Clive, chill. You may want to see this.
What?
It was open when I found it.
Someone was in a hurry. 3 guesses as to who.
Then this must be their way into the tower.
There's only one way to find out.
Enter the spire. Pináculo dos Sábios. Falei 100.000 vezes, falo 100.000 vezes e 1. A arquitetura desse jogo é maravilhosa, velho. Não tem como. Que templos lindos, cara.
The question is, who?
Well, I can tell you who it wasn't.
Unauthorized biometrics detected.
Someone's here.
Initializing security scan. Safety protocols disengaged.
I don't think that was someone, Clive. I think it was the tower.
Either way, it doesn't sound like we're welcome. Keep your guard up.
Olha isso, velho. Todas as ruínas dos Ecaídos são incríveis.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
I think my powers are returned. You?
The same. There's neutral here. An abundance of it.
Stay down! Go for it! Kill! Every longer! Go for it! Over here!
Olha, que lugar bonito. Caraca, velho, muito bonito mesmo. Deixa eu só avançar mais um pouquinho, mais tarde eu animo sim jogar Marvel Rivals Menino Porta. Deixa eu só avançar mais um pouco aqui no DLC. Aí eu entro lá. Te mando mensagem. Isso aí, Varela. Somos amigos há, sei lá, quantas horas. Finalmente. Beleza, eu abro lá também. Forno-flama. Alguns oponentes vão conjurar o feitiço Forno-flama para invocar uma esfera mágica que protege todos os aliados próximos e causa dano a qualquer um que entrar em contato com ele. Inimigos acompanhados pela Forno-flama podem ser identificados com o ícone 6 na cabeça. A esfera pode ser dissipada com ataques, mas lembre-se de que golpes corpo a corpo na esfera causam dano a Clive. Então feitiços de longo alcance são recomendáveis.
More goblins. So now we know where they got their weapons. How long have they been hiding here?
All yours, Troll. It's over.
mais.
All yours, Torgal. Nice try.
Peraí, pera lá. Vou vir por aqui. Ok. Ok.
Dusk crystals everywhere.
Well, that's one mystery solved.
But there's no mother crystal.
Yet. We still have plenty of tower to explore.
Opa.
I know that voice. Come on. Look who it is.
Caraca, olha o tamanho do golem. Chique.
Warning. Warning. Core defense systems engaged. Initiating sterilization lockdown.
Gosto disso.
What the hell is it talking about, Joshua?
Sirenes tenebrosas são sempre imponentes, cara. Olha lá. O golem vai matando o soco. Mereceu, vacilão.
Hey! Over here.
Olha esse Clive, velho.
Take your friend and get out of this place. Now.
And while they run away, we do the fighting.
Opa.
Go, Torben.
Segura essa, signo. Nossa. Caraca, mano. Caiu. Toma. Tecido vivo, ceifador. Caraca, ceifadora decaída. 390?
Security Sentinel 503 offline. Initiating emergency call relocation protocol.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was the heart of a mother crystal.
I knew that fallen thing was no match for you. Allow me to apologize for earlier. That was, ill-played. All born of a misunderstanding, though. Can we start again?
We don't need your apologies. We need answers. And you're going to give them to us.
I suppose you'll be wanting to know about the tower, then?
The tower.
As you've probably guessed, this isn't the first time we've been here. Fact is, my people have been coming to this place for centuries.
Have they now? To these ruins in particular?
Aye, well, they, talked to us. Told us what this lot was all for.
And what is it for?
Well, believe it or not, the Fallen were actually using this place to make their own, mother crystal. Though, despite years of searching, all we ever found was shards.
Then, Harpocrates was right. It would seem that the Fallen did indeed acquire the god's ability to craft crystals.
I wouldn't go that far. The shards aren't exactly divine. They're not even what you'd call decent. But they're better than nothing, and nothing is what our people had before we found them. So we've been coming here ever since.
But these dust crystals have only recently appeared on the black market. What made you decide to start selling them?
The skies. Once they went dark, the crystals started growing back, till there were more than you could count. And with the mothers all cracked, anyone with anything that could muster so much as a spark had people queuing up to take their coin.
Yes, at a cost to us all. Quality apart, these crystals are no different from the ones the world has been using since the dawn of time. And it cannot continue.
No, it cannot. While this is clearly none of Ultima's doing, there can be little doubt but that it serves his cause.
Then our path is clear. So let's do what must be done.
Wait, you lot aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
Oh, I think there's a good chance we are.
But what about the tower's defenses? That thing you just fought, it won't be the last one. And the further you climb, the worse they'll get. How about we head back to Martha's before someone gets hurt, eh?
That is sound advice, which I suggest you take before someone gets hurt.
Ah, doidão ganancioso. Ceifatura decaída, maré avassaladora 400. Leviathan. Dá uma salvada aqui de leve, né?
To think the Fallen built all this. The knowledge they must have needed.
Knowledge now lost.
A pergunta é pra qual lado a gente vai, hein? Aquele ali tem uma plataforma e tanto. Dá uma olhada aqui. É tanto cristal. O frame tá até caindo. Ah não, a gente vai sair no mesmo lugar. Vou tirar o desencargo de consciência. É o rolê completamente seu. E é isso.
If this is like every other fallen ruin,
then there'll be a lift.
Olha aqui, que impressionante. O arco inferior. Ok.
Any idea what those are?
They seem to be containers of some sort. Or perhaps
Cages. Like some sort of twisted menagerie. But why here?
Cinto dos Decaídos. Presta. Quase, hein? Então a ordem seria fazer Eco dos Decaídos e depois Rising Tide. Pelos itens, né? Isso especulando apenas pelos itens, né? Que os itens do DLC do Leviatã estão sendo melhores do que os daqui.
How many of these things are there?
Contaminant detected. Releasing subjects Alpha to Epsilon.
Wait, they're still alive. But this tower is more than 15 centuries old.
Subimos de nível, boa.
If they build this place to grow crystals, why imprison creatures here?
Que era um obelisco, não é não?
That device. It glows just like the doors.
Development log entry 680925. Mitogenic reactor trial successful. 23 units of grade 3C crystal produced. Moving forward, all seeds fabricated from inorganic material are to be replaced with lab-grown organic specimens.
Organic specimens. So they were turning living creatures into crystals.
No holding back.
Some of the creatures in these cages I can see past there. How can you live?
Well, here's 1,000 more.
artefato de recuperação, coisa nova. O aumento do potencial de recuperação de pontos de vida a receber dano, enquanto restaura automaticamente o medidor de recuperação. Muito bom. Muito bom. Uou. Amoroso ainda.
Of course they built more than one. Though it appears this incarnation can fly. Let's try. Over here!
Pronto. Esse ataque foi completamente desnecessário, mas seguro morreu de velho. Aumenta o dano de ímpeto causado pela maioria dos ataques aéreos em 20%. Também aumenta o número máximo de saltos de 2 para 3, ou 6 se a habilidade estiver dominada. Uau!
And that makes 2.
Yes, but of how many?
That depends on how determined they were to conceal their activities. This is all too easy. If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift?
What are you suggesting, Joshua?
That it's hurting us.
É. Pô, que o Clive não tá nem aí, velho. Ele capota os bichos, vai em frente, nunca se pergunta certas coisas.
There's an entire fleet.
Caralho, a nave de
I wonder if any are still capable of flight.
A nave de esconderijo.
Mid will want to see this.
Cara, olha que visual, né? Mesmo com o céu nublado do último... Porra, olha. Que cratera cabulosa. Muito maneiro. Ah, esse caminho tá trancado. Nossa. Bracelete dos decaídos. Vamos ver. É isso, é a prova, viu? É a prova de que Rising Tide é em tese mais complexa do que essa aqui. Em questão de dificuldade, né? Nível. Aqui os monstros também estão no nível 48, uma coisa assim. Lá no Rising Tide eles já estavam todos nos 50, né? A gente fez o processo inverso. Mas... quem se importa? Amassando o Leviatano, vamos amassar o que tá aqui. Oh.
Anomalous activity detected in Hangar Bay. Mobilizing Aegis units.
We're being watched. Let's show them what we're capable of.
Nossa, que isso?
Slow. Nice try.
Artefato de retirada. Vamos ver aqui. Quando desperta do sono... Peraí. Não, essa é a descrição. Indica um momento de bloqueio preciso, alterando temporariamente a cor do nome de exibição de um alvo. Aumenta a desaceleração após um bloqueio bem sucedido. Olha aí. Vamos usar esse aqui só para testar.
Transferring Sentry Prototype AM2 to Stasis Silo West.
Olha o danado aí.
We'll just have to hope those crystals it's sporting are as worthless as the others. How is that even possible? Better not to think about it.
Follow the ether, Clive.
Right.
Caralho, meu, vi uma cara dura mesmo? Ele morde. Caiu boa. Nossa senhora. Foi um amassado bonito. Angra Maniu. Amassadinho. Humores aquosos.
Neural link lost. Re-establishing connection.
Imagine an entire war fought with these things.
The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Unable to establish connection. Raising threat index.
It seems we've made an impression.
Perhaps the rest of the cages will open now.
Don't tempt fate, Joshua.
Forgive me, brother. They may not.
Vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou parar por aqui. Voltar à tela inicial. Aqui. É isso, ó. Por hoje é só. Então entramos aqui na torre. Derrotamos três, né? Com o Angra Maniu. 3 sentinelas da torre. E a gente continua subindo até chegar no final dela e descobrir o que está por trás disso tudo. Dessa segurança absurda das ruínas dos decaídos, né? Amanhã a gente volta com essa continuação. Pra gente ter uma noção e provavelmente matar essa missão dessa DLC amanhã mesmo. E ficar tudo livre para partir pro último, né? Eu ainda tô curioso para saber onde eu vou conseguir o tal do Ilúdio, para fazer os 2 itens, né? Finais lá que a gente conseguiu os blueprints na DLC do Rising Tide para deixar o Clive upgrade assim no talo, deixar o Clive bombadão pra gente poder enfrentar o último sem maiores perrengues, né? Então é isso, ó. Amanhã a gente tá de volta. Você que assistiu até agora, meu muito obrigado pela sua atenção. Considere se inscrever no canal caso você não seja inscrito. E para você que vai assistir isso em algum momento do tempo e espaço também, meu muito obrigado pela sua atenção. Considere também se inscrever no canal caso você não seja inscrito ainda, né? Amanhã a gente tá de volta. Eu me despeço a todos. Valeu, falou!